Hey, come, let's talk about something here. Have you ever asked yourself why you left someone long time ago, maybe 3 years or 4 years down the line, or let us even trim it 1 year or 6 months ago, but you're still thinking like you want to go back to them? You know, these people are so toxic. Like, you know, there's nobody who's normal who will just wake up one morning and decide to leave a relationship that is good for them, right? So for you to decide to divorce someone, for you to decide to separate and, you know, we say break up with somebody, there must be something that was not right in that relationship. But why again do we always think about, you know, I just better go back to them? Is it always like we are thinking right, or there is a force or something that is speaking to us that could be a problem and need to be dealt with? That's what we want to look at in this video. The moment you leave a relationship, let me tell you, you will never go back to that relationship because of the people, because of that person that you loved before. You don't go back to your marriage because of your husband. You don't go back to your marriage because of your wife. You don't go back to that relationship because of your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your fiancé. You go back to that relationship because of memories that you created together with that guy. And memories can be a lot of things. It could be your children. Sometimes there are so many people who have gone back to very toxic relationships, and their reason for going back is because they have children. These are memories. You know, you could be right somehow because you want the best for your kids. But the question is this relationship meant for your kids or it's meant for yourself? I'm not a judge, and I'm not here to tell you what you have to do, but I'm here to help you to reason out that is it a good decision that you're going back to this relationship that you left before? If you're going to this relationship because of your kids, ask yourself, what if they were not there? What if God takes them away? Are you going to divorce that guy again? Are you going to separate with them again? Memories that we have created with the people we were in love with can make us go back to a very toxic relationship just because we created memories. Sometimes the memories could be the things you invested in. And sometimes you feel like, you know, I invested so much money, time, and resources in this relationship, and leaving it has left a very big wound and void in my life that I have to go back to it to look for what we made together. The question is, if we remove these things, do you think you still need that man? Sometimes it is because you are having good time in bed. And that is the only reason that is still in your head. You know, you're trying to move. You're trying to say that, you know, I left, I divorced, you know, I separated, I have to move on. But when you think about how that guy used to drive you crazy, you want to go back to them. You are going back to memories and thinking that you're going back to your man. You're going back to memories thinking that you're going back to your woman. So, I'm not saying don't go back, but I'm asking you a question. Do you think that the place you're going back to is good enough for your soul, for your peace? Or are you sacrificing your peace for that place? Most of us don't want to feel pain. Most of us don't want to feel discomfort. And most of us don't want to put effort, especially after you have lost a relationship. Nobody wants to feel the pain of searching again. Nobody wants to feel discomfort of being alone for some time. Nobody wants to put effort in working on themselves and reconciling and healing themselves. We don't want to put effort in the process of breakup and go through the stages of divorce, of breakup. You get to heal. You get to, do a therapy if it is needed. Do a coaching if it is needed. Start to restructure yourself. Fill the gaps of the things that you did not fill before you got married, that led to you losing that relationship. Fill the gaps of investment that you did not invest in yourself. Sometimes investments are not just financial investments. Sometimes it is spiritual investment. It is emotional investment that you keep to yourself. It is investment that is going to help you to understand that when I have a man, this is how I treat him, because I treated the one I had this way, and this is why I landed into this place. If when I have a woman, this is the space I have to create for my woman, so that when I get her, I'm not gonna do the same thing I did in the past to lose her. That is investment. So we fear to get discomfortable. We fear the pain of healing, the pain of waiting, the pain of patience, the pain of staying alone for some time before you get into the next relationship. So you're feeling like, but men are just same, so let me just go back. But women are just same. After all, I will not get a one who is perfect. You see, perfection, yes, is not a good thing. But again, the truth is, there's no one who's perfect, but there is someone who's not toxic. I want to repeat that. Listen, perfection is not something that is real. But trust me, there's someone who's not perfect, but they're not toxic for your health, for your life, and for your heart. Number 3, guys, you've heard about the pressure from the society. You left these guys, you left this guy, or you left this woman, you divorced perhaps, and then the society, society has got different groups. We have the religious part of it, we have we have the traditional part of it, we have the social part of society, and we have what I call the family part of the society. So you have your family pushing you to go back. You have your church telling you that God does not love divorce. You have the social media reminding you of how good it was when you were together. You have your social space where you're feeling so, feeling low. You lose your self-esteem. So you feel like the best way to improve my self-esteem, to get back my respect, is to go back to my relationship. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. My question is, are you going to make the society happy, or you are going to find something that is healthy for your life? Because at the end of the day, it's not about the society, it's about yourself. And as I have said, nobody just wakes up who is normal and say that I'm leaving this relationship. You don't just wake up and decide that you're leaving a relationship. There has to be some things that might have been happening that pushes you into saying enough is enough. And the moment umekunja jamvi, like the Kenyans say, umekunja jamvi, ukasema ninahacha, ninatoka, I'm out of this relationship. I don't know why you should be thinking about going back, because what I always say is, don't leave a relationship that you have started unless it has become too toxic that you cannot find yourself anymore in that relationship. So once you say that, coach, it is too toxic, it is more than it is toxic, it is more than I can take, and you leave, you want to ask yourself a lot of questions. Are you just making the society happy and thinking that you're going back to your ex? Is it because of the pressure from them? Last but not least, guys, the fear of failure. There are some of us who separated, some of us who divorced, but you are there stuck. You don't want to make a move. And now something is telling you that you need to go back to where you left. Why? Because you fear to fail again. Something is telling you that, what if I get married and I divorce again? What if I start another relationship and it fails to be what I've been looking for? See, guys, failure is part of life. But you see, with relationships, we want to try to not to fail by losing it. We should fail by not being the right person that this person needs, but working things out to at least be in a position where somebody can compromise your negative or your bad sides. So when you feel like, I'm failing, I failed, and if I make another step to get into another relationship, I'm going to fail again. You'll ask, you tell yourself like, better I go back. After all, this thing is going to fail again. This is world. Men are men, women are women. You get into it again, you fail. It will now be a big shame. In fact, my ex will be saying that I was the one who was toxic. Listen, my dear, it doesn't mean that when somebody was toxic for you, no one else will become toxic to you again. 3 men can date you one after the other and all of them become toxic, but you're still just okay. You can date 3 women in a row and all of them are just toxic, and that is still okay. You don't have to now say that, the first one left, the second one left, the third one is now leaving, so I'm a failed person, I am the problem. You see, sometimes when you don't do things right, you divorce, you separate, and perhaps you feared the pain, the discomfort, and the effort, whereby you are supposed to do something before you get into the new relationship. You are supposed to study the environment and study yourself and become self-aware and reconnect with yourself, ask God for forgiveness, and wait until you attract. You don't search to get the best person for yourself. Then you again failing the second time, and it repeats itself in the third time. That's why, guys, we are here. My name is Johngora, and I'm a life coach. I help people with their relationships, especially those who are struggling with their relationship. You are thinking that it is sinking. I'm always here to help. With private sessions, we can do a couple coaching, we can do private single person coaching, which can help you and help your relationships. Sometimes you are thinking about leaving or divorcing your partner, but after we talk, you could realize that there's something that you can still do to help you save your relationship. I also help those who have decided that they are separating their ways and they want to heal, they want to start a new life without their partners. I help them to be aware of yourself and to heal your soul before you think about stepping into the next relationship. Let me tell you a secret, guys. The worst thing that we have done for the past very many years is that we always have that one person in our DMs who is just waiting that when are you going to break up so that we can start. That's the person that is going to ruin your life. And let me tell you something, they will not ruin your life today. They will ruin your life immediately. You'll break up and you'll start a relationship with them. That's a person we call a romantic healer. They will heal your romantic part of relationship, but trust me, they will never heal the soul that wanted to have a long-lasting relationship. So if you're in that situation where you're thinking about either going back or starting afresh, why don't you reach out to me and let us speak? I don't charge too much. Just on a $20 cup of coffee, you can sit down and have a discussion that will help you to transform your life, and we can keep smiling.